Hi, I'm Chris.
And I'm Travis.
And this is Gun Dads. So today we're going to talk about less of a review, but more of just what we chose to go with for a range bag. Basically, I went with the 511 Tactical, just typical range bag for them. I found it worked good for my purpose. You might find a bigger or even a smaller one works better for your purpose. But we're just going to go through what we have in the range bag and give you some kind of ideas of how to pack it, what to put in it, what not to forget. And of course, you guys might have some other ideas that differ from ours. So you might think that's not necessary, but I'd rather have this in there than that. Go ahead and put down in the comments what you think we missed, or what you think we should include, or what you think's not even necessary. So let's get started. First of all, I'll open up the front here. I have my magazines, speed loader, a couple pens, a tool. Of course, you don't want to forget your magazines. A couple of pens for marking targets or something like that. Tools, you definitely need some tools to deal with any malfunctions. Any sight adjustments, anything like that. You really don't want to be caught without a tool when you need it, because you're out in the range without a tool, you're gonna be ending early.
Definitely. So everybody's gonna, like you said, they're gonna kind of have different sizes bags for different amount of things that you think you're gonna need. But the important part is that you carry everything that you think you might need for that day, and that's really what a range bag's all about. So this one's gonna be pretty chock full of stuff. So we're just going to keep going through it and kind of show you what we think is most important.
I got a shot timer here. It's the Pocket Pro 2. There are lots of different options out there. After some research, found this one to be the most of use for what I want to do. Shot timers are really good for speeding up your draw time, speeding up your follow-up shots. You can compete with yourself. You can use it to record your times, to make yourself better. You can use it to compete with your friends. Of course, with the shot timer, of course, you need batteries. That goes for sights. You want to make sure you have batteries for your shot timer or any other electronics you have. Cameras, if you bring cameras out to the range. Sights, red dots, anything like that. You want to make sure you have at least one set of batteries in your bag. Just in case one of them goes out while you're at the range. Again, you don't want to be stuck without batteries when your equipment dies. Otherwise, it's going to be a short range day for you. Got some hot shot or one shot gun cleaner and lube, just in case we need some lube on the range or clean something. It's right here. Just something to have. Good to have if you need.
On the other side of the bag here, got your first aid kit. I would say that's going to be vital for anybody's range bag. It's really important that you also get some basic training on it, but this one's going to have a tourniquet and all your basic first aid kit needs. So definitely going to want to make sure you bring that along.
Now, another note on the first aid kit. This isn't a big, everything Band-Aids and everything first aid kit. You can have all that if you want. It takes up more room and weight. The big things to have in your first aid kit are things to stop the bleeding. So, of course, like Travis said, the tourniquet's really important. You want at least one. Some people like to carry 2, 3. If they have more buddies coming out with them, you want to be ready. You're not going out for war. At the same time, if you accidentally shoot your leg or your arm, you really want something to stop that bleeding and to give yourself some time for the ambulance to show up or to get yourself to the hospital. Going further into that, I'm not going to go all the way through this, but you want some gauze to kind of keep the bleeding stopped. Also have some combat dressing, some emergency trauma dressing. These things have coagulant in them that actually stops the bleeding. So once you hold it on, you can press it on, and it will actually coagulate the blood as it's coming out. So it'll help stop the bleeding quicker. It's really good for gunshot wounds. Also have a chest seal in here if you were to, God forbid, shoot yourself in the chest, which
Somehow.
is pretty hard to do, but you never know. So, I'd rather have it and not need it than vice versa.
Excellent. We'll just keep working around the outside, huh? And we'll move on to the inside.
Yeah. You want to take that one?
Yeah, definitely. So obviously, some pretty important things are going to be your eyes, your ears, and hopefully a little bit extra ears.
And I like to have extra ears, just in, like the extra foam plugs, just in case, you know, somebody goes with you and they forgot their ears or something. It's a good idea to have extras.
Definitely. Sometimes I find that when I'm shooting rifles, I just get frustrated with the big ears trying to rest up on the stock. So, you know, sometimes it's helpful just to put in those foam plugs so you can shoot more comfortably. So, you know, multiple different types is always a good way to go.
All right. So let's open up the inside. So this bag is pretty cool because it actually has an internal bag that you can kind of, or tray that you can kind of pull out. And it has some of the stuff that, you know, you can leave this bag behind. You can just take this tray up to the bench with you and shoot from there. So, of course, ammo. Don't want to forget ammo. If you're shooting, you know, AR-15s, pistols, whatever, you want to make sure you have enough ammo for each of those guns that you're shooting. More mags for AR-15 fit nicely in here. A notepad and a pen, just in case you want to take down some notes for dope or
ballistics charts,
ballistics charts,
like
whatever. You know, it's something to keep to write on. More tools. Bore snake. You know, again, you never know. You might want to clean out the muzzle, especially if you're shooting a new barrel. You know, you want to keep that nice and clean for the first few shots. Gloves are always a good idea. If it's a really hot day, handling a hot gun, say you're shooting full auto or something, barrels get hot, gloves are really nice to have. Again, if it's cold, you know, keep your hands warm. Picking up brass at the end of the day, then keep your hands clean. You know, whatever, gloves are always nice to have. I got this scarf here. You can use it to lay down on or cover yourself up with or whatever.
Even maybe set it down to put your gun on if, say, you got a really nice chrome gun or something and you want to keep it from getting scratched up.
Absolutely. Something to collect your brass with. This particular bag actually came with this little pouch. You put all your brass in here, and it actually has a mesh on the bottom, so any dirt or gunpowder residue or anything in there will just fall right through, and it won't just collect in the bottom of the bag, so that's really nice to have. And then when you're not using it, you can just scrunch it up and put it in there. And then of course your guns. Another reason why I picked this bag is it has a nice little pouches for your guns. You keep them in there, and then there's a couple more pouches inside here. You can keep you know, a couple more guns.
I'd say any pistol's going to fit just fine.
Yep. And then other than that, it's just a big open area in here. So if you wanted to carry something bigger, SMG, really small SMGs or something like that, you can throw them in here. But otherwise, that's pretty much all I have in my bag. What do you think? Am I forgetting anything in the bag here?
You know, we were going through it, and there was, you know, we were talking about getting your hands clean and whatnot, and there's one thing that's really nice sometimes after you're shooting, if you haven't been shooting with gloves, it's a way to clean your hands off of all that lead if you've been touching the ammo and things. So sometimes maybe some sort of hand cleaner, maybe a sanitizing. You know, that's the only thing that came to my head when we were going through it.
That's a good point. They do make they're like those
restaurant hand cleaners.
Yeah, they're like wipes. They come in a little baggie, and you can just pull them out and use them one at a time, and they're pre-moistened, and they actually clean lead off your hands.
Oh, that's a good idea.
You know, those might be something good to use. I never bothered with them. Some people are really they don't want that lead sticking on their hands, which is probably a good idea. I'm not so worried about it, but you know, it might be something good to have.
This day and age, it seems like.
Yeah. So anyway, that's pretty much it. That's what I have in my range bag. If there's anything you think I missed, anything you think that should be definitely included in here, or something you think I'm just wasting space by having, let us know down in the comments.
Yeah, definitely let us know, so when I build mine, I can add the things he forgot and ditch the things that aren't necessary.
Yeah. And you know, definitely if you guys have any ideas on what we should make a video on, please let us know in the comments as well, and we'll use your ideas for our next video. All right, thanks guys. I'm
Thank
Chris.
you. We appreciate it. And I'm Travis.
Have a good day.